Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Crash, and today we're going to be reorganizing my manga collection in this shelves. So, this, if you don't know, are the same shelves that I used to have if you've seen my collection videos before. But we just moved, and I used to have only these like 4 squares for my manga, but now I'm gonna have probably all of these space. So yeah, we're just gonna be putting back the stuff, and I'm going to be talking about some of like my new acquisitions and stuff that I used to have, and I thought that could be, kind of fun. Also, I'm very sorry for the sound. I still don't know how it's going to actually sound, but it's probably going to be a little bit echoey because the room is still very empty, as is most of the house. So yeah, I thought this could be a fun video. So let's start, and we're gonna start on the top because I want to put the box sets that I have on top. So that is One Piece box set 1. Includes volumes 1 to 23. Probably gonna put this here. And then One Piece box 2, which includes volumes 24, oh god, all the way to 46. I hope there's not many damaged manga from the trip, but I can see like the box here is a little bit damaged. You probably can't though, that's fine. Then we got my Bakuman box set, which is the last box set that I have, volumes 1 to 20 complete, and that looks nice, huh? Doesn't it? I also have the Crash box. That's not a box set. That's just a box of like Crash items that I got, and I liked it. So it goes here. Okay, so first shelf, I think I'm gonna put my hardcovers. So yeah, we're not gonna be doing alphabetically. That's kind of boring. The volumes, some are hardcovers, some are not, some are big, some are small, so I don't like that. We're going to be organizing. First of all, I want to put like the big boys in this shelf, and that includes, of course, the Berserk volumes, which I have number 2 here, but I want number 1 first. There you go, Berserk. Sorry, the camera is also a little bit too far away. I hope that's not a problem. Yeah, the art covers of Berserk, these are kind of big. I got volumes 1 to volume 3, and volume 4 here I'm gonna need a second to take it out because it's below a bunch of stuff. Volume 4. Now, besides volume 4, I kind of want to put my Shonen Jump issues as well in here. And that will be, I did a video on these, but basically I got 3 issues. 2 of them are replicas. So this one is from last year. Actually, I think last year, yeah, it's the one with the One Piece in the cover. That one goes in the corner because I won't show you because I got the very first issue of Shonen Jump. That goes here. And I got one from 1995. I think this came with the first one. These are replicas, but I think this one is the most sold issue, the one with the most circulation numbers. So it goes in here. And I got space for one more book, which makes sense because that is the exact same thing that I had before, as you can see in my previous videos. That will be for my manga, the City Exhibition book, which is one of my couple books that I have about manga. This one is about a museum exhibition that they had in the British Museum. So yeah, I haven't read it though. That makes the first shelf. I still have a couple of hard covers though. Maybe I'm gonna put them in here. I have one of my recent buys, actually, 1000 Years of Manga. I still haven't read this, but yeah, it's kind of similar to the other one. about the British Museum. So yeah, I think I'm gonna put this one here. And then the other art covers, what do I have which isn't? I have 100 and Manga Artists by Tachin, which is a list of 100 manga artists. That goes in here. The other art covers that I have are kind of small, so I don't have any more big boys. But I have another book which isn't... Sorry, you guys can see me properly. Sorry about that. This is still on an experimental phase, but I do have this one, which is the manga in theory and practice by Mr. Araki himself. I don't actually care about JoJo that much, but I was curious about a book from a mangaka about writing manga. I thought that was pretty interesting, so I got it. That was the shelf. What else do I have which is hardcover? I have Junji Ito stuff, so I think I'm gonna put the rest of Junji Ito stuff in here. I got No Longer Human, which is a fun book. I haven't finished reading it, that's the exact same thing I said last time. Oh, I do got, before I put that, I do got My Neighbor Totoro light novel, which is hardcover as well. So I'm gonna put it in the corner here for now. I do have Fragments of Horror by Junji Ito. And my last book by Junji Ito that I have is Tommy, which I still need to read. But yeah, I got that. I'm just... So that leaves some space in there, which I'm not 100% sure what I'm gonna put right now. Sorry. But I'm gonna leave it, right? I'm gonna leave that space. We'll come back to it if we need more space. If we don't, I'll just put a figure or something. In here, I think maybe we should put the Shonen Jump stuff that I have, which is not a lot. So what I do have from Shonen Jump, I have the first 4 volumes of Undead Unluck, which is 2, 3, and 4. But I can assure you guys that even though I didn't grab it, I also have volume 1. I also got what I got here. Yeah. Sakamoto Days. And I got this video. I got this one, which is actually the last thing I bought, which is Bleach, the first volume, the 20th anniversary edition. Sorry. And I do have a bunch of like random Shonen Jump volumes, which I think is these ones. Yeah, I got volume 25 Assassination of My Hero Academia, because I really love this cover. I got volume 1 of Assassination Classroom. When it came out, I went to a convention and I bought this before I even had any like manga in my collection. This was one of the very first manga I got. I think Solanin was still first before this one, but... And I got Dr. Stone, the spin-off, the Reboot Byakuya, because I didn't want to buy all of Dr. Stone, but I really, really love the spin-off, so I got it. And the last thing that I have for this shelf, I think, is this. Technically, not Shonen Jump, or at the very least not a weekly Shonen Jump. It's Astra Lost in Space. I got the entire collection and the 5 volumes. This is from Kenta Shinohara, which is the same mangaka as Cat Dance and as Witch Watchers. I really enjoy Witch Watch, and they have beautiful covers. And this one is actually from Jump Plus, if I'm not wrong, but it's not. Maybe it's Jump Square. I don't know which. I know it's not Weekly Shonen Jump though. That still leaves us with a little bit of space. in here as well, which we'll come back to. Actually, I know what I'm gonna put in there, which is volume 36 of One Piece. I'm gonna put in there temporarily, and this also have like the strong world. These are not extras or anything. These are supposed to be on the box. This is just a volume that I'm currently rereading, so I'm just gonna put it in here for the time being. What I'm gonna put there. I'm gonna put the Chainsaw Man volumes. I think that is actually, I do have other stuff for this shelf. I do have Deadpool Samurai volumes 1 and 2. So I'm gonna put those in here. I'm gonna put the One Piece volume on top. I'm gonna put the Deadpool volumes. Actually, no. I want to put the Deadpool volumes near the ones where I have multiple volumes of, and then on the corner I'm gonna put these random singles. That looks good, I hope. And then, okay, so in here I'm gonna put the Chainsaw Man volumes, which I have the entire collection. In here I got volumes 2, 3, 4, and 5. In here I got probably the rest of the volumes. Volumes 1 and then 6, 7, 8, 10 and 11, covering volume 6, but it's volume 6, you can see here. So let's organize this. Volume 1, I'm gonna, since we're here, volume 9, I do have it, I'm not lying. Chunks Man. So now that I have Chunks Man in place, I still have space there. I think I'm gonna put this for my favorite mangaka. I do have Fire Punch, so I'm gonna put that in here. But I think I should use this for like Fujimoto plus Q Ayashida for now. Q Ayashida being the mangaka that did my favorite manga of all time, which is Dorodoro, which I do have the volumes somewhere hidden in this bunch of random stuff. I'm gonna need 5 seconds. 5 seconds. Right. Boom. I'm back, and I don't have the entire collection of Dorodoro. What I do have is volumes, I think 1 to 13. These are just some random ones. But I got volumes 1 to 13, with the exception of volume 11, which I still haven't been able to find at a decent price for a book that is, you know, not out of print or even out of stock as far as I can tell. And I also have the Die Dark, which is volumes 1 through 4, which is a new manga by the same mangaka, Q Ayashida. Sorry, it's hard. This video is being hard. I'm sorry for everyone involved. But if you're still watching this now, that is, I'm pretty happy for you. Please subscribe. I'm putting them here. I'm putting Fire Punch on the corner here because it's the biggest volume. And then I'm putting Die Dark there because they're the smaller volumes. Then I guess I'm just gonna put the other one. I really hope you can hear any of that decently. I'm just gonna put the rest of the volumes of the other just in here, and the ones like number 1, 2, and wherever I can fit there in the back, and then from there on in the front. That's probably gonna cover the Chainsaw Man volumes. I don't like that too much. Especially because the Chainsaw Man volumes are smaller than Dorodoros, aren't they? They kinda are. So I'm gonna put the Dordor volumes in the back, and then the Chainsaw Man volumes on the front. I'm gonna do that. Yeah. I'm still gonna put the Fire Punch volume in the back as well, because it's big. Does that make sense? I don't think it does, but I'm gonna do it. I don't like it, because none of them fill the shelf. So I'm gonna have to put some random stuff in there. And the random stuff that I think I'm gonna put in there is my Emanon volumes, because that makes sense. I like them as well. I have space for one more volume there. Kitaro, because it's a random volume. I do have more from Shigeru Mizuki, but I want to put it on a different shelf for a different reason, and I'm gonna explain that in a little while. Also, I haven't been looking at the camera because I've been looking at the monitor, because that's where I am, and I should have been looking to the camera. So I'm sorry about that. Now I'm looking at you guys. You guys are the best. Please subscribe. Now I'm gonna get a new desk, and I don't know where exactly the stuff are gonna be visible. I guess that shouldn't matter, right? But it kind of does when you're playing in the background. Oh, I do have one more art cover that I can put in here, in this shelf of the little art covers. There was a space. Remember that? Remember that space? I do have one more thing that I can put there, which is volume 1 of the Drifting Classroom. And it's kind of like also horror, because it's by Kazuo Miz. It's kind of dirty, but it's by Kazuo Miz, which is, a very important horror mangaka, and it makes sense to be put besides Junji Ito. So that's where it goes. There's still a little space in here, which I actually think I can fill it with something. But we'll get back to that. So in this shelf, I think I'm gonna put my Portuguese volumes, because I'm from Portugal. And because I'm from Portugal, and there's been some Portuguese manga happening in the background, I've been buying those. So yeah, so that's where the Shigeru Mizuki stuff that I mentioned goes into place. I don't think that's the expression, but I'm Portuguese, so I'm allowed to not speak to English that well. All right, so I do got Shigeru Mizuki's Onwards Toward That's I think that's the English name of this manga, and I got Nananba, which is called Nananba everywhere. And on the same collection, I got that entire collection. I also got the Solitary Gourmet by Jiro Taniguchi. And by also Jiro Taniguchi, I got the Walking Man, which is a great manga. One of my favorite manga that I've read this year. And then by also Jiro Taniguchi, I got this one, which the title translates to Dreamland. And I don't think there's an actual English title for this one, because it's never been translated into English as far as I can tell. But it's the one manga about of Jiro Taniguchi where the first chapter a dog dies. It's not a Dreamland when the dog dies in the very first chapter. Alright? I'm gonna put him here. That's the big boys of the Portuguese volumes. I got smaller boys of the Portuguese volumes still, too. So I got the Stargazing Dog. And there's a dog, which is also called Oshima Maruhino in Japanese. That goes in here. Then I got the Fox and the Little Tanuki. These are kind of like my girlfriend's manga. She doesn't read manga very often, but she enjoyed this one. So we got it. I still haven't read them though. She likes it. It's probably good. And then I got another one of my recent acquisitions, which I have no idea where the hell it is. Okay, so I got Butterfly Beast, which is a new manga. This is actually, I've got this one with the Bleach one. These are my two more recent acquisitions. It's from a new Portuguese publisher. So I haven't read it. It's by Yuka Nagare, and it looks fun. It's volume 1 of 2. Then I got my Sendai collection, which are manga by the publisher Sendai. I got Cat Island, which, by the way, it's by a previous assistant of Tatsuki Fujimoto of Chainsaw Man fame. This is the one assistant that didn't get famous. They got Panorama from Hell by Hideshi Ino. Sendai is actually releasing another Hideshi Ino manga. I said very soon, but I have no idea when it's going to come out, if I'm going to be honest. Got the Kappa's Journey, which, as far as I can tell, has only been translated into Portuguese and Italian. It's very, very weird. And I got Doing Time, which is about one from Kazuichi Anawa, which is one of the very first mangaka in the Eroguro genre, although this one isn't really from Eroguro. This is actually a semi-autobiographical manga from the dude when he was in prison. Okay, so that's unlike the way it is, because the big ones are okay. Portugal. I do have one more Portuguese, which is Digicat Goshi World Tour. This is a doujinshi, but it's been translated into Portuguese. It's weird. I think it's also been translated into English. So, look out for it. I haven't read it. I don't know how good it is. But I do have one more Portuguese manga that I can squish in there, I think. And this one, I do believe it's the one that is most likely for you guys to be aware of, because it is the same semi-popular title. It's called That Note, the Black Editions. I got volumes 1 through 4 of the Black Editions, because that's the ones who are out right now. We do have, I think it's 6, so I still have 2 to go, but they haven't been out yet. So yeah, I'm not gonna like putting these here as it is, so I'm gonna just reorganize this a tiny little bit, okay? 5 seconds. I'm still looking at the goddamn monitor, not at you guys. Hello. Portugal. It fit everything in there quite nicely, which I think is nice. All right. In here, I think I'm gonna put my Inio Asano stuff, which I do have a bunch. So I'm gonna start with Goodnight Punpun. Actually, no. Let's go chronologically. That makes sense, right? So we'll start with these ones. What a wonderful world. Sorry. What a wonderful world. Now looking right at you. Got volumes 1 and 2, which, if you guys don't know, it's the entire collection. And then I got this one. I got him. It is Sulani, one of my all-time favorite manga. Poxel recently did a video on this one, which you guys should check because Poxel is a really nice dude. And now it is the time for the big boy. Goodnight Punpun. This is actually the first manga that I bought for my collection. Actually, the first manga that I bought for my collection was everything that I showed you guys just now, which is Sulani, which was the first one, and then What a Wonderful World, volumes 1 and 2, and Goodnight Punpun volumes 1 and 2 were the second purchases that I did. And from there on out, I bought the rest of Goodnight Punpun. And then I got the Emanon volumes. And then I just started collecting manga for real after that. But yeah, I do have the entire collection, which I've heard it's kind of hard to get right now, which is sad. Because not only is it a great collection of like an amazing story from beginning to end, one that'll make you cry and be depressed for an entire week, which is always, always very, very nice. It's also not one that should be like too expensive to get. I got it relatively easy. There's a volume missing. No, there isn't. Right here. Volume 6. And then I got volume 7. Then I think we got a space for one more. I think that one more will be this one. Downfall. Which is going to be made into a movie, apparently. I've heard it. Sorry, I'm not sure if I'm too close to the microphone or not. The sound is going to be horrible for this one. Okay, so that is almost everything that I had. I also have the first 3 volumes of Dead Dead Demons, which is actually my favorite Asano manga, believe it or not. But I don't have the entire collection. Not yet, at least. Here you go. 2 and 3. So that shelf is looking pretty good. What else? I guess for this one below, I'm gonna dedicate it to the other master of manga, Naoki Urasawa. Whatever you want to call it. Which I don't have much of. Or essentially I only have like 2 collections. The one I'm gonna put below is 20th Century Boys, which I have volumes 1 through 7, I'm pretty sure. This one is volume 6. This one is volume 5. This one is volume 1. So we can go in here and I can fix volumes 2, 3, and 4. Then 5 and 6. And then I'm assuming this last one that I have here is volume 7. There you go. And other than that, which I'm not 100% sure you can be fit in there, I got Pluto, volumes 1 through 8. These are the first 5, but I do got the other ones there. And I'm correct. I can only put up to volume 6 in the shelf in here. I'm gonna put volumes 7 and 8 here on top. And I also have another random. I got Sneeze, which is a short story collection. Pretty good short story, by the way. Contrary to what Doofy says, it is a really good short story collection. I got a bunch of random stuff. Here, I'm gonna put the Sound Voice box set, which I lied in the beginning. Also have another box set, Sound Voice. It is a very different kind of box set, you know. I'm gonna put it in here anyways. You guys can't see it. There. Okay, I'm gonna put something in there in the final shelf. And then we're going to deal with the extras that are not going to fit anywhere. Actually, I know, before we do that, the 4 immigrants manga, which is going to go in here. There. It's a very different style of manga, so it makes sense to go in the weird, not really manga, except some stuff manga. That's what I'm calling that shelf. I'm gonna put my Lavina stuff in there. I've been showing you guys the back, the goddamn backs of the volumes. These are the Portuguese versions of the last 3, technically of the last volume, because this 3 comprises the last volume. I also got the volume 1 of in Spanish. I'm gonna put all of that on top. Because that is more or less what I had. Now, I have a bunch of not really a bunch. I got 3 vertical volumes, like random manga. I think I'm gonna put that in here. I got Oh My Sweet Alien, which is a really nice manga about an alien who dresses as a woman and marries a man. And then I got some Jose stuff. I got Pink, which is probably the best manga I've read from this mangaka, Kyoko Okazaki, which is the same mangaka who wrote Elter Skelter and River's Edge, which is coming out soon. And then I got Aru's Curse, which I really love this one. This one is really, really good. I kind of like them because they're not necessarily because they're all vertical. Because Oh My Sweet Alien's the end press, it's not vertical, but because they're all kind of like white, and the spines are kind of like similar. So yeah. So now goes the problem. I still have a bunch of stuff in here. Actually, I know what I'm going to do with this one. This is the art book of Gurren Lagann. And I'm going to put it on the things that are not really manga, but sometimes they are shelf. Right? the little tiny space is it's slowly closing, which I can finish with some Glacier Bay books. I guess I got Mississippi, and I got, actually Mississippi is the name of the mangaka. The manga is called Invisible Parade. Then I got Meet Me Indian Kept Garden by Sojima Asuka. These two are kind of like indie manga by the publisher Glacier Bay Books. And I think I can fit them in here. Goddamn perfect. I'm gonna put my Kami-san collection in the Shonen Jump shelf, because Shonen Sunday is more or less like Shonen Jump. That's it. I got volumes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I got volumes 2 to 6 secondhand, so I decided to buy volumes 1 and 7. Does that make sense? Actually, I bought volume 1 before I got volumes through 6. I just really like that panel where they're drawing in the chalkboard. I really love that panel, so I wanted that in manga. So I got it. So that leaves us with 3 more manga. I'm gonna put them in here. I got volume 1 of Rose of Versailles, which I kind of want to get the rest of the volumes. I don't like it. I also have volume 1 of Yokohama Kaidashi Kiko, which is really nice. I really like the cover. I might change the position of these two so that the other ones are... Actually, I can do this, right? I can just... Makes more sense to do this. I'm not sure if I like it. Kind of like it more like that. That leaves us with the final one, which is the omnibus manga of FCLCL or Furikuri or Fulikuli or whatever you want to call it. I have no fucking idea where to put this thing. That's all my manga. They are reorganized. I really hope you like this video, because I feel like it was a massive mess. And that's kind of why I love recording it. I'll be uploading this when I have internet at home, because I really don't have any right now. Anyways, if you want to know a little bit some more details about some of these manga, there's going to be a collection video in here, hopefully, and there should be another random video around this part where the wall is. I could probably fix the camera a little bit better. You couldn't have. And if you watch it later, thank you very much. I'll see you next video.